Hey class, our discussion board for this week has to do with distance learning and online education, and the scenario I picked is scenario 4 about teaching state history via video conferencing. And if I were being asked to decide whether to use a facilitator or not at a distant rural location for this video conferencing program, I would need to ask myself some questions before I decided whether to use a facilitator or not. The first one is how familiar are the students with the technology? In this scenario, it says that they're younger students, so chances are they're not real familiar with the technology. So that's definitely a plus for using a facilitator, is that person could help with the video conferencing itself. Also, how much, if any resources are going to need to be handed out to students? Are there going to be handouts? Are there going to be paper copies of things that they need to have given to them? If so, then a facilitator will definitely be needed because I am in a distant location. And ultimately that'll be up to me as the teacher to decide how much needs to be given. Also, the assessment method. I need to decide how the students are going to be assessed. If they're going to be given an online test, then do they need a proctor? Especially those locations where 3 students are taking a test at the same time, theoretically in the same room. A proctor may be necessary to keep that good order and discipline during the test itself. Also, I need to find out about the availability of a person who has both knowledge of the technology and enough knowledge of the subject itself to make sure that they can be the help that I need at that location. In this case, chances are, once I had those questions answered, I would pick a facilitator and try to get one as quickly as I could. Once I got one, I would also need to find out what the students' needs are. Maybe I would need to take a trip to those locations to find out what the students' needs are, or possibly even do a questionnaire either via mail or via email to find out what the students' needs are. Once I found out what those needs are, I definitely need to let the facilitator know what those needs are so the facilitator can meet the needs of the students, which is ultimately the thing that needs to be done the most. We need to meet our students' needs above and beyond everything else. So again, to sum up, I would use a facilitator in this case to teach state history via video teleconferencing, especially considering the fact that there will be several locations, some of them with multiple students in those locations. So let me know what you think about this post, and I will see you next week.